Have you ever been away from someone for so long that it created tension and worry for the next time you are gonna see them? Maybe it was because the last time it didn't end the way that you hoped it would end. Maybe the last time you got together, you said, hey, we'll meet at this time, and then you actually weren't able to do that because something else came up. And now it's just been a long time, longer than usual since the last time you were together. Separate, that word, is sometimes good to tell toddlers who are bickering with one another, right? But it can also be a word that produces tension and doubt. This is a similar feeling to Acts 2. It's the tone that we should have as we enter into the story. The story picks back up now some days later since Jesus' ascension. The followers of Jesus are in Jerusalem praying. Thousands upon thousands of people are gathered in Jerusalem for Pentecost, a time where they thank God for providing for them. Now don't get me wrong, the story starts off pretty amazing. You have the Holy Spirit descend upon the entire group and each individual follower of Jesus. And the sign of the Spirit is that they begin to speak different languages that represent the multitude of Jewish people and Gentiles from around the world at that time. But as amazing as this event is, tension quickly arises into the story. The crowd is confused and disturbed. Not good occurrences for people gathered together in the streets. Some in the crowd even go as far to call the followers of Jesus drunkards. And Peter doesn't help with the situation either. Matter of fact, in his first sermon, he gets up and tells the Jewish people gathered there that they were the ones who crucified Jesus and that his death is on their hands. The Spirit has arrived to the reunion between God and Israel, but there is tension there. So much emotional tension that the crowd asks, what should we do? But where there is tension comes embrace. The message of this story in Acts 2 is God's embracing of all people, that each person is to be baptized and receive the embrace of the Holy Spirit. That each of the 120 disciples, young and old, men and women, slave and free, shared in the Holy Spirit's presence. And what can normally be a cause of division, like culture and language, becomes unifying because they share in the one God over all the languages. The first Christian sermon delivered at Pentecost can be summed up in this way. God's embrace of death brought the Spirit's embrace of us, empowering us to invite all people to embrace God. The invitation to all people to share in the Holy Spirit is a beautiful story, one that should compel its hearers to mimic. That like the Spirit shared of his presence with us, we are to share the invitation to all people that they should join in the reunion. And just like Jesus shared of his kingdom through his words and deeds, may we share God's invitation through our words and our deeds to all people, young and old, women and men, rich to poor, Spanish, English, Portuguese, and every language under the sun. The church is to be made of many cultures who all share the same God.